Charot. May ganon ha, in fairness. Okay. Ako pang mag-introduction, ako pang magsalita. Nagkakaloka.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Guys, welcome back.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Guys, welcome back to my YT world. This is again your content creator, engineer Sotero, Nepomuceno Jr. And our topic for today and at this moment in time is very special. This English examination. But before going further, let me explain to you that we don't discuss 4 topics at a time. Okay, we need to slow, gradual process. Okay, because it will take a very long time to discuss everything, and the time will not be enough. Please understand, I'm not a full-time vlogger. Please, I'm not a full-time vlogger. I'm still working. I can do and manage this after my work, things like that, and I have also different things to do after my work, things like that. Okay, then I'm happy to do that. I'm excited to this vlogging, to do this video. I do. So there's no such really particular specific planning. If I like, then I vlog. If I don't like, then I don't vlog. So there's no such specific rule to follow. It depends on my adrenaline hormone and my dopamine hormone. If I really love to do it, then I have to do it. That's why I told you it's not scripted. Okay? It's not really prepared. Because it depends only to my appetite. Okay? So by the way, guys, okay, so who among you, so I'm talking this I'm projecting my audience now. That's in the Philippines, okay? Anyhow, you can understand by English communication, right? Or language. So by the way, in 1980s to 1990s, not the 2000s, right? Because they keep on changing. We have examination, collegiate examination. It's going to be National Collegiate Entrance Examination, NCEE. So the 80s students in the past, I think so, as well as the 90s students, 1980s, 1980s, 1990s, and the last will be 2000s. But the 2001 up to now will be changing now already. There's an NSAT like that, but originally that is NCEE, National Collegiate Entrance Examination. So you cannot take the course you wanted you to if your score will not have that passing grade for the particular course. For example, if you want to take up medical courses, there's a cut-off of your NCEE score, things like that. So that's why you need to have an extra effort to make your NCEE higher, things like that. Okay, so that was before in 1980s and 1990s. To cut the story short, okay, so I'm not that good working very well in my high school in terms of the ranking. I was top number 10 in the NCE examination. Okay, guys, sorry guys, I have to tell the truth because this is my vlog. I have to motivate and to inspire others, and I have to tell the reality. Right? This is not saying that I'm arrogant. This is part of my content, okay, in conveying the message like that. So this is also a part of reliability, that once you are a speaker, once you are, a mentor, or once you share something in social media world, at least you have this achievement, things like that, okay, to increase, to increase the impression as well. That's what I told you. What you see is what you get. Things like that. Okay, so I was a top number 10 in the percentile ranking of NCEE in Naga National High School in 1994. Okay, so my grade is not 90, almost there. Okay, then I took up engineering, things like that. Because before, you cannot take engineering if you don't have 85 plus NCEE, things like that. But it still depends on the school, but at that time, okay? Because This is requirement in C. And now it was changed for something. I don't know what is the version of this now in 2022. But before this is National College Entrance Examination. It was changed to NSAT. And after that, I don't know now. Okay, this is to calibrate and to measure the intelligence of, okay, our graduates of high school students nationwide, in the Philippines only, huh? Okay, things like that. Okay, we now start formally, right? Okay, things like that. Okay, first, I need to tackle the most difficult part, which is the listening. Okay, so this is, I cannot, you know guys, I need to extract questions because you know, I don't have time to make my own question really. If I am only a full vlogger, then I have to make everything, my question, like that, okay? So the story like that, so I have to go to the sources. Really guys, it's really, you know, I'm very, very tired. Okay, so I need to research what are the particular questions, okay? But in my delivery, trust me, I can do it for you guys. Okay, listening. Okay, so actually, in the examination, you have to listen to the audio, but we don't have that here. Okay, so I found it also tasky to do the audio here, and then I don't have time. I have only to read, and you have to listen, and then you have to choose the answer. Okay, things like that. Okay. So, gano'n ang mangyayari mga palabakang hitad. Charot. Okay, for today, I will only give you one to two examples. Okay? Like that. So, our examples here. But before going to the examples, let me discuss the tips, the hints, and the clues, or what are really the requirement in order to answer this very well. Okay? So, there will be an audio playing, for example, or let's say just like a person speaking in front of you, like that, and you will listen. Okay, and then the mentor or the instructor could either be giving you a test paper question that relates to the story or whatever topics he will be able to share with you when he talk, when he speak, when he deliver the speech, and you will listening, and you will extract the points of that particular speech, and that will be the basis of your answer. Or it could be in another way around. He or she will play a speaker, an audio, and there will be a voice you hear, things like that. And the girl or a boy will have to share story or topics or whatever, and you have to listen also. And then you have to take the test papers, and then the questions of that are coming from the contents of the audio you hear, things like that. Now, before going through the process, I need to discuss to you the tips. Okay, now, when your instructors or mentors, give you a test paper, and then there's a lot of questions there. Questions 1 to 8, like that, and you'll be alert. Then the audio is not yet playing, and the instructors are not yet also talking in front of you, things like that. Then you have to master to read it slowly, twice, like that, so that it can be registered in your brain cells, the particular questions from 1 to 8. Because later on, you'll be listening an audio, okay? Or a speaker in front of you. And then you try to listen and extract the points of the speech or whatever topics that are being delivered to you in an audio, okay, meaning listening, hearing, things like that, okay? Or you can hear a sound with a particular intensity. Wow, really? Yes. Okay, it's gonna be like that. Okay, now you master already the questions, and now the instructor will talk, or the cassette, not cassette, the CD player will have to play now in an audio. You have to listen. Okay, the first step, okay, so techniques, it's gonna be techniques, hints, clues, strategies, okay, like that. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Okay, so look for the title. Mga palangga kanitad. Okay? You need to look for a title, check for the title. What is the title all about? Because you know, the contents will jive, will match to the content, of course, obviously. Things like that. Okay? Look for the title first. Title, caption, headline. Okay, like that. Okay? It's gonna be like that, right? Number 2, you need to find the keywords. Okay, keywords. The noun, or shall we say, the action verb or an adjective. What they are referring or asking most of the times. Okay, find the keywords, and it's better to underline, okay, in your scratch papers. Some before transferring that in your final test paper, things like that. You have to underline or make some clues or abbreviation, because that was very, very quick. Okay, you need to have, let's say, STV, like, so that you can, remember only in your brain cells. No need to write the whole word, because, if you are very, very slow, then you cannot catch up also. Okay, this is the most difficult, really, listening. Okay, you get the point. So find the keywords and underline or mark or make an abbreviation, a shortcut for the word or terminology, so that they can understand later on what's going to be asking, what's going to be asked in the question. You get the point? Things like that. And then number 3, guys, this is very, very trivial, okay, or crucial. Okay, guys, what you hear, what you listen, is not exactly the words they will ask. You get the point? It's gonna be like that. So we are using here paraphrase in English. So paraphrase, this is not exactly the similar words. It's gonna be like a similarity or parallelism, but not real the exact words you hear. Sometimes exact, sometimes paraphrasing, meaning mixture, things like that. Okay, you got the point. And you need to take the pros, the cons, the advantages, the disadvantages, the opposites, like that. Okay, because sometimes during the asking of questions, taking the opposites, okay, you get the point? Things like that. Okay, paraphrasing. Okay, and you need to look for the possible, answers, what comes in your mind, and then you can eliminate what's best suit for that question, and then later on retain the most appropriate, things like that. Okay, so list the possible option answers. Okay, like that. You have to write like that. You have to draft in your answer. What do you call this one? Scratch paper. Okay, you get the point. So paraphrasing. Okay, and look for all possible answer options. Okay, possible answer options. Okay. There are also sometimes that when you with the mentor or the audio playing will very, very quick, and you still know, you don't remember. Okay? Things like this, I will need to give you the tips like that, or the strategies or techniques. Again, look for the title and the caption and the headline, because most of the times the contents will be matching to the title and caption and the headline. Find the keywords. What are really the important words, like that, the keywords that relates to the title. Okay, of course it will match. Okay, and you have to underline. It's gonna be like verb, adjective, noun, things like that. Okay, the mode also of the pattern of asking the question with it regards to the singularity and the plurality of the words, like that. So you might get wrong also. Right. So paraphrasing, meaning not exactly the same words they will ask in the test paper. So it's just like synonyms, vocabulary, things like that. Okay, and look for all possible option answers. Okay, in your brain cells. Okay, that's listening. Now, I will give you an example. Charot. Okay, so where's my paper? Charot. So I'm gonna start in a basic, basic question. So, nakataon na ba ang tanan? Sorry. Okay. Where's my phone? I have no assistant. Sariling sikap. Charot. Okay. Now I have to write the questions first because as I told you, this is the first step, right? The mentor and the instructor will give you the test papers of the possible question. And later there will be an audio playing or a speaker in front of you during the actual examination. Okay. Any questions so far? Nothing, right? Okay. Right? Any question mga palangga? Okay. Oh my gosh.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Oh.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Sorry. Okay. So we have here, the questions goes like this. Okay. Guys, the best way to do this is to practice also. And you can have so many examples. Okay, and then put that in your databases. And then it will appear in the future the same pattern. Then you can answer in the same manner. Things like that also, right? Get the point? Diba? Okay. Things like that. Okay. Our question number 1 will be, okay, here. Question number 1. Okay. Makita ko ninyo guys, in fairness. Wow. Okay. Listening test. Wow. Test. O, diba? Oh my gosh. Listening test. Ang saya special, right? Okay. Listening test. Oh, I love red. Red is symbolizing the heart, the blood. Okay, listening test. Wow. Listening test. Guys, in English examination, wrong spelling wrong. Okay, get the point? Things like that. So question number 1. Okay. Just read when I write. Okay. Choose 3 letters. Okay. A to G. Okay. And then what are 3 things? Okay. What are 3 things are not allowed? Take note, not. Okay, so it's gonna be on the negative side. Not. Okay, so this is your K word. Not. Okay, N-O-T. So I will underline not. Okay, allow. Okay, so it's gonna be like not allowed. It's gonna be like restricted. Prohibited. Things like that. The same. Synonyms like that or vocabulary. Okay, in the museum. Okay, museum. Okay, like that. Okay, A. It looks like easy, but when you hear the audio really, guys, it's very crucial. Camera. B. Bags. C. Food and drinks. Okay. Right? I remember these things when I was in elementary, when I was in high school. We do a lot of field trips out of the school and we enjoyed a lot. Right? An excursion like that. Oh my gosh. It flashed back to my memory. Okay, we have here letter D, phone. Take note also with the duplication and the redundancies have the statements, right? Okay. We have or double entry of, thought, F, and also the decorative words or the jargon. Okay, notebooks. Okay. Letter G, cash. When you mean of cash, this is either a bill or a coin or simply a money. Okay, or simply an ATM card. But this cash is not really mean that cash is just the same as money. Okay, this will only trap you. Because in your brain cells you will say that is already a cash, but cash is also a money. So meaning to say this cash are so many involved terms for that. Okay, you get the point. As long as it is a money, then pasok sa banga, it would be under cash. Things like that. Okay, you don't have to be literal. Okay, in your understanding. Literal meaning word for word. It's not like that in English examination. Okay, you get the point. So if you are word for word literal, then you will fail. Sure. Okay, things like that. Okay, now I will now read the content. Okay, and because I don't have the audio, I don't play the audio. So where's my content, mga palangga kandipan? So the title of this, actually guys, some are not telling the title. We will choose a title for that. But since we are just starting, I need to teach you the title. I need to mention the title. But there are times also asking, what is the title of the story? Like that. So maya po na no? This will be a kayo. Wakatagay title, ikari magbana-bana. So it's gonna be like that. It will strengthen and sharpen your brain cells really. If you really understand the content, then what are expressed there would drive the title. Then you can create your title based on the contents. But it's not easy to think that, right? So that's why for the first time, I need to introduce the title. Okay, because it's difficult really. Okay, you get the point? So, the first is a museum visit, meaning the students are visiting a museum in a certain school or university or college. Things, oh, what's that? My gosh. Okay? Things like mga palangga kong hita. Okay. Just listen carefully. So, actually, the speaker, okay, will have minutes, limited minutes for the talking and for delivering the content in front of the examinees. Okay, so there's time limit. Okay, you get the point. But of course, I don't have to mention because it's general. I don't know exactly what's the time limit or whatever. Okay, you get the point. So it's gonna be so. Let's start now with the audio or listening skills. Okay, so this is gonna be fun, right? Oh, what's happening? Sorry guys, I cannot memorize the story. Okay, you get the point. This is gonna be here. Okay, question number 1. Okay, this is okay. Okay, so listen very well. Your timer starts now. There are a few things which you will need to know before you come to the museum. You won't be able to take your camera into the museum as photos are forbidden, which means that goes for phones too. If you want pictures of the exhibitions, can you all have to buy the museum guidebook, which has information as well as pictures of most of our famous exhibits. If you have a bag and you don't want to carry it around with you, then you can store it in the locker room on the ground floor near the entrance. You're welcome to walk around with your notebooks to sketch or make notes on our displays, right? If you're in need of refreshments, you'll have to make your way to our coffee, as you cannot bring your own inside. Well, that's the list of do's and don'ts. Hope you enjoy your visit in the museum. Okay, so you are listening that kind of story. And then this other question. Choose 3 letters from A to G. What are 3 things are not allowed in the museum? A, camera. B, bags. C, food and drinks. D, phone. F, notebooks. G, cash. Charot. Okay, like that only. So how can you answer that one? Take it over. I'll give you I will be the one to give you, okay, because you know the time. I'll give you 5 minutes to take the answers, okay, like that. Underline the keywords I will teach you not allowed. Okay? So, if you're listening very well the story, and visiting the museum, the students are visiting the museum, then you can answer well also, right? Okay. Okay. I give you now 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop it. Finish. Time is up. The answer will be first, camera. You are not allowed to use the camera because they are having a guidebook there where it's reflected all the photos, something like blah blah blah, so and so. Okay. You cannot also bring the bags. You can only put in the locker downside in the museum. Meaning to say, when you go to the museum to check and to visualize what's inside, you have to put your bags in the floor down. Okay? You get the point. So bags is not allowed. And what else? So I will give you technique. The last answer will be paraphrase. Not exactly the words that are being mentioned in the story. Okay? So when you say, let's eliminate first redundancies and duplication of phone. Camera and phone is just the same. All phones have camera. Right? So A and D is not a choice problem. Okay? Things like that. You get the point? So camera and a phone. You get the point? Mga palangga kong hitad. Okay? So what else? Diba? Redundancy siya. Camera and phone. So A and D, paano natin siya pasok sa banga? Okay? Like that. Unsa pa? Okay. So, A, B, and D lang siya. Ang answer. You get the point? A, B, and D, mga palangga, kung hitad. Okay? Because you know, food and drinks, actually, what's being discussed there is refreshment. Refreshment is just the same meaning with food and drinks, but it is allowed. Okay? You cannot bring your own, but you can buy in their cafeteria, something like that. So you are not allowed to bring your own, but you can buy theirs. Meaning to say it's allowed. So, but the question is not allowed, right? So it's not an answer. Notebooks also, obviously common sense, it's allowed because you have to take down notes. So things like that also. Okay? Of course, since you are not bringing your own food, you have to bring cash. Right? So things like that, they're interrelated with each other by common sense already. You can answer also. Okay? Part of the questions also are, choices are common sense also. Even though there's no situation, you can also, you can anticipate that it's gonna be like that, even though without hearing the story, because this is general. Okay, always like this every time, right? Okay, but there's a little bit of changes. For example, camera, because others also are allowed like that. But these notebooks, okay, cash like this, it should be allowed. Of course, it's their personal belongings, things like that. You get the point? Okay? So, ano siya ang answer? A, B, D. And then you have 3 points. Okay. Now, if you answer A and camera, it's wrong. Why? Because the instruction says only choose 3 letters. So your answer must be A, B, and D. Like that. Okay. If you put words beside the letters, you are wrong. Or if you use only the letters, not the words, not the letters, you are also wrong. Now, if you also put small letters, that's also wrong because the choices are reflected capital letters also. So you have to be extra careful. What is being declared, your eyes will be, very quick to write it completely. Again, if that is 3 letters, answer that in letters. Then, if the letters shown in the test paper are big or capital letters, also put capital letters, not small letter. You got the point? Now, if letters only, don't put words beside the capital letter. Now, of course, no also the words because asking for letters, things like that. Okay, that's normal instructions in English examination, right? Okay. Any questions so far mga palangga kong hitad? Nothing, right? Okay. Okay? Things like that. So the difficult part is the listening, not on the writing the question really. Okay, because it looks like very elementary, right? Asking these things. It looks like kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, or intermediate type of question. But it matters on the listening skills. Okay, the way how you extract or comprehend the, the story when somebody speaks. So that's why I told you listening is very difficult. You got the point? Okay. So, any questions so far? Nothing, right? Okay. So, I hope you like it. You can comment down below in the comment section. And you can put emojis, like, and you can share it to anybody else. And you are not yet subscribing by my channel, then you can subscribe now. And I will be very, very grateful for that. And also, click the notification bell for some newest updates of Science, Health, Safety, and Music channel of Sotero. Bye-bye. See you later. God bless.